Congressman Mike McCaul is ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He joins us now. Congressman, I want to apologize in advance if we interrupt you. The governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, is going to be speaking in a moment or so. We'll try to get you on both sides of that. In the meantime, as a leader on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, what do we do about this?
I've been investigating months. It's clear that the Chinese Communist Party were engaged in what I call the worst cover-up in human history, causing economic and death and destruction. We know that when this virus first appeared in December 1st, and actually back to mid-November, that the Chinese Communist Party went in and detained 8 of the doctors who were sounding the alarm that we had a different kind of virus here that was more lethal. They detained those doctors and got retractions from them. After that point in time, Ed, they went into the laboratory, destroyed lab samples in an attempt to cover up and also control the investigation. Then you go into the January timeframe. It becomes very interesting because at that time, you have not only the doctors, but Taiwan, the WHO medical personnel in Wuhan warning the WHO. And now we just found out an internal Chinese Communist Party memo from within in January at very high levels warning that this was, in fact, human-to-human transmission. Why is that so important? Because it's infectious at that point. And then getting to the WHO, after all this evidence is before them, they meet to determine if they should issue an international public health emergency. They're gridlocked, and Director General Tedros is the one who cast the tiebreaker, deciding not to warn the world that we have a global pandemic on our hands. And then finally, there's a festival going on in China at that time called the Spring Festival. 5 million people leave Wuhan, travel throughout China, and then millions of people from China travel internationally. This could have been stopped. This could have been contained, but instead now we now have a global pandemic.
And you point right to the World Health Organization. Brett Baer was very careful in his exclusive reporting on this to say that the U.S. intelligence community is still gathering facts, obviously, and it's not clear whether the World Health Organization was in on a cover-up or whether they were just lax, whether they were just too soft on China. The president has reacted in part to that by saying he's going to halt funding to the WHO, and yet Nancy Pelosi has this statement: we can only be successful in defeating this global pandemic through a coordinated international response with respect for science and data. This decision to cut off the funding is dangerous, illegal, and will be swiftly challenged. And given all that's happening here with the context of the World Health Organization and China, what do you think about Nancy Pelosi rushing to WHO's defense there?
Look, I think the WHO has a responsible role to play, but I don't think it can carry that out with its current leadership with General Tedros. He is really a puppet of the Chinese Communist Party. He touted the one China policy against Taiwan, would not allow Taiwan into the WHO. He gave speeches in China. When he was foreign minister in Ethiopia, they received billions of dollars of foreign assistance. There are so many ties to Tedros and the Chinese Communist Party. I'm not saying doing away. I think the WHO has an important role to play, but we can't have any confidence in the WHO moving forward as long as Tedros is at the top. I think it's time to condition funding for the WHO based on his resignation.
And I know you've